Hello, everybody, and welcome to some extreme gaming on the LOLMidwest channel. I'm Leche Lauren, joined by Seth, my partner in crime, and we're already getting into the draft here, Mr. Seth. And it's already, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, especially in this elo. Banning some OP picks, banning some pocket picks. So nothing that's that out of the ordinary. But a really first, a really quick first pick, Sivir, to start us off. Seth, my microphone is my webcam, and now oh well, here it is. Here's the reason why. Ashe Seraphine, one of the most oppressive bot lanes in this. Yeah, in this disgust.
disgusting in this disgusting Chungus game. That is one of the most oppressive lanes. I mean, for a lot of the easy reasons that you can think of, like, oh, Ashe, they're always slowed, so Seraphine doesn't have to use her double Q to snare, and oh, you have so much pick potential and CC and blah blah blah. But also, it's just fucking annoying to have to deal with these two in the lane all the time. So Sivir's going to scale really well. She's going to be big in these team fights, but it's going to be how far behind she gets set before then that kind of determines it. And Thresh, he knows this Sivir's going to need some help getting out of this very oppressive double CC bot lane. So he's bringing in a Lantern. Also, classic Thresh. He's got that hook, so they're going to be able to maybe look for some picks if he's going to have to leave lane early on. So yeah, so far the bot lane for both teams has shaped up pretty well. As the Rumble, not a big surprise. One of Gojo Satoru's kind of main picks, just looking at the OPGG. Also a power pick, not a lot of good answers into it. Last year we were seeing a lot of the Galio top and stuff like that, but a great blind pick in top as this draft's looking pretty standard so far. Mhm. Yeah, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back a little bit here. The Galio top counter pick. I'm the smartest man alive. I called that. As now we're gonna target some of the easy stuff. When you've got counter pick there when you've got R5 there, as Small Brains does, and you're looking at the other side, Hidden Leaf hasn't picked their mid yet. Your option is you kind of want to maybe ban out one of those good blind mid laners so that your counter pick is a little better, like Ari, boom, easy peasy. And they already banned the Volibear, which they felt like just would have been good with that comp, and it's something they did not want to look at. On the other hand, Hidden Leaf banning out the Yorick. That means they believe that there's some flex situation here on Smallbrain's side. They think that Galio could end up going mid, which it very well could, especially if they have a good jungler combo with it. Some of the kind of normal picks here, if you're really trying to ban another jungler like Jarvan, Xin Zhao, picks like that would look pretty good here. Or if you look at somebody's OPGG, Olaf, another great ban there, just to make sure that does not make it through the draft phase. And Olaf running you down with a Seraphine ult and Ashe on top of it and all that would be annoying. But Leche Lorne again, great Jarvan pick here. Jarvan Galio is one of kind of the classic combos. Jarvan EQRs onto the back line and Galio follows up with his R. Also, it's just nice, to have two beefy guys there, Seth. I love these two beefy guys. I love beefy guys. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, they love pressing R over there on Small Brain. They love their R button, man. But yeah, Hidden Leaf comes out with the Wukong. Another kind of just good generic fighter who's going to be a big deal in these fights. Um, but I mean, we're gonna see what they go with in mid lane. That's gonna kind of be what's gonna. I mean, kind of crack this whole thing open in the Smolder mid Savant pick. They're seeing all the beefiness here. And they know that they're going to need some damage to follow up on it, and Smolder is going to be huge in these team fights. Also, if Scalio is mid, Smolder's going to be able to get a lot of stacks off him in lane. And almost most importantly, when you're picking a carry, if you're looking at Ashe, Seraphine, Galio, and Jarvan, you need someone with a little bit of mobility. When Jarvan EQs you and then ults on top of you, you need to be able to get out of that other than every 5 minutes with Flash. So Smolder has the E, is going to be able to play a little safe off that. And on the other side, Akali, they decide they want some more dive threat here. I'm loving that with the Galio. Another person for Galio to be able to follow into these fights is kind of what they needed. Not a lot of mid laners like that, but Akali is one of them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, just say this game's going to be boring as fuck, man. Because you know what? If you're Hidden Leaf, you do kind of want that. That being said, like you said, Rumble, once he unlocks that ult, is going to be pretty strong. But also just in lane, Rumble is kind of a fucking menace. Even on side lane, man, into the Akali, he's going to be able to hold his own. It is very nice when you're battling a Sakali. She drops down the shroud, and it just doesn't matter. You know, you can just pull out that fucking flamethrower and keep the damage coming. Um, Also, another reason I like that Jarvan pick is Jarvan Rumble has always been really annoying to deal with, so they did take that away. And I like the ease of execution here on Small Brain in terms of the fights, right? I mean, somebody jumps in, and then somebody else presses R on that, and then someone else presses R on that, and then somebody else presses R on that, then somebody else presses R on that, and you've just got, oh, now you've got a stew cooking. But I mean, I also there's a lot of pick potential there. So if Hidden Leaf get a little behind or don't get their lane assignments right or just kind of caught slacking, after level 6, Small Brain's team comp is going to be able to do a lot pretty much all across the map. Only main thing you could be worried about is Small Brain doesn't have the most DPS in the world, but it's not like Hidden Leaf have Mundo Scion or something in the front line, right? They got Wukong and a Rumble. So I'm not particularly worried about that. But early on in the game, where I definitely want to keep my eyes is going to be on Jarvan's early pathing. Where is he going to show up? Because he's not going to really want to just like full clear all game, right? This is somebody who wants to get something going. Is he going to target that Rumble top? Because if Jarvan lands that EQ on Rumble, and the Galio falls up with his CC, that Rumble's lead could end up being the exact opposite really quickly. And I also want to see, I just love watching Akali. I want to see what she's able to do. This is an R5 last pick, Seth. So I want to see, if you're picking an assassin like that, you're kind of throwing the gauntlet down on the table, saying you got a little bit of sauce. But Ashe Seraphine, I want to see how Jarvan paths early, and I want to see what type of a lead Ashe Seraphine can generate in that bottom lane, and how they're able to use their ults at level 6 to find picks. I mean, yeah, we've all experienced it, man. We forget to bring cleanse one game, and suddenly an Ashe lane and Seraphine too. Now we are just getting. They keep pressing R on you over, and then you get back to lane, and then you get pressed R again, and oh, now here's Jarvan this time. Jarvan's having fun with me this time, and it's fucking ridiculous, and it just keeps going on and on and on. We've all been there, man. We've all been there. And Hidden Leaf don't want to be there for the next 3 games or 2 games if they're unlucky. So yeah. Also though, looking at these picks, pardon me, I'm liking the way that it looks later on in the series with Fearless. You're getting a lot of the power picks out of the way, um, and that always feels nice. But if I had to give an edge to somebody right now, I really like what Small Brain have, but their comp is kind of deceptively falls off the later this game goes on. Um, even though it's like a very well-constructed comp, it'll be able to still find those picks in the late game. But after like 30 minutes, those fights are going to have to start with a good ultimate from Seraphine or Ashe, maybe a good flank by Akali or a good find. But the later this game goes, the harder it's going to be for them to find those fights. That being said, it's not going to be hard. Once again, Ashe, Seraphine, Jarvan, like they're going to have go buttons as long as they want them, but those go buttons are going to be harder to pull the later this game goes because Hidden Leaf strength is just going to keep going up. Yep. So we are going to head to a quick break while the spectator delay and everything like that finishes up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I love League of Legends. Said us here today. Damn right. I'm here to watch some champions and some summoners, even though that got retconned. But who gives a fuck, man? We've got... Ooh, do I have them on the wrong side? I do. Take over, Seth.
Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
Not anymore. I fixed it up. Yeah. We've got Hidden Leaf on the left. You can tell by all the anime names. But so a kind of pretty classic Jarvan gank just for the homies out there. Just put you on some game. Is Jarvan will either do Raptors or Red Buff right into like a level 2 gank. He was spotted there, so that is just not going to happen. But that is a pretty classic Jarvan play. A lot of times when you're starting these Raptors, it's because you want to do a full clear back to the Raptors. But either way, we'll see. Once again, the things we wanted to pay attention to, Wukong will probably just full clear, but we wanted to pay attention to how this Jarvan plays out the start of the game, because he might, if he starts this red, which he just did, he might just straight up be going top lane, because he might just want to kill this Rumble, which is not the worst plan in the world. And then the other thing we wanted to pay attention to was how oppressive this bot lane is. So far, Sivir took W, and she's been able to keep the wave in a pretty good spot.
Galactic Hyper Barrier.
Yeah, you can see... You go, my goat.
Explosive Face Melter.
No, not at all. I think a big piece, I don't know if it exactly was his plan, but something I want to highlight is, oh, that E-landing, it was big.
Turbo shot. Feel my fury with your
Something I
speed.
really want to highlight early on here is Gojo Sotaro. He's going to have his E's back up right here pretty soon. Victor Butcher is going to have to flash out because his E's going to hit. He takes the E, then flashes out. Gojo flashes with the flamethrower, and it's not even anything. Cooked Demacian. I don't know how good, heated up stone tastes, but Gojo, he's got 300 more gold for it. And like you were talking about, I truly think that, you saw Vic the Butcher trying to bounce that wave. I think they were looking for a play top lane, but Gojo played it really well, made it so that Jarvan would not have the timer on him, forcing Jarvan to clear back towards the bottom. And now, both bot lanes are going to be in position to look for this scuttle crab, but you see Jarvan already kind of knows he can't really fuck with it. And so he's just going to go all the way back to that top scuttle. He's staying around, Seth. Good shout out. He's waiting. As a jungler at this point in the game, you are a little homeless. So it's like, what am I going to do? Really, I'm going to go back and take my Raptors right now. So, could have attempted a look there, and we saw how low Smolder was. So, sometimes jungling is just like that, yeah. And after the top lane play didn't work out, and he had to give up that first scuttle, sometimes you're like, whatever, man. First 3 minutes of my game are fucked. I'm just going to sit in this bush for 30 seconds. Sometimes it works, and that was one of the times when it just didn't, but Jarvan still is going to have a lot of pressure here, especially around the top lane again. Rumble knows that he's in trouble, and he is sticking pretty far back, but I love how much the directed cam knows to just, show us this bot lane, because they do not stop hitting each other for, 3 damage. A Sivir W hits, Echo hits somebody, and then an Ashe single arrow hits somebody, and then a Seraphine, Q, edge of the Q hits somebody, so we're just watching Masters at work here. Yeah. This is actually really good for Kali. She's got the E still, so she can, if she wanted to, she could have extended that, but she felt good about just forcing Smolder away. That being said, Smolder, at being in the same CS, is in a good spot, unless he gets out of that. And just for the fans, so they know what just happened, that was Jarvan's flash. That was not Smolder's. That was not a visual bug. So Smolder just kind of got away with murder as, wow, what is this? We're going into the replay cam to watch this mid lane play. Incredible. No, that doesn't look good on my overlay. So I want to watch. So obviously here what Jarvan's trying to do is he's trying to do the flash out of his EQ, but he either does it late or just misses it. That's tragic, man. Yeah. And a lot. And for those that don't know, if you, while you're in the middle of your EQ as Jarvan, flash, your body will still knock up somebody if you flash on top of them. It looked like it was towards the end of his EQ, so I'm not entirely sure whether that was his EQ, already happened, and it was over and he reached the end of the EQ, or if he just missed the flash. Either way, it is very unfortunate, especially because now that Jarvan flash is down, jungle objectives are going to start coming up soon, and it's just a little awkward, man. It's just a little awkward to not have your flash after, and he's going to lose this top scuttle. Yeah, director, show me the top scuttle. And he's going to lose this top scuttle. Wukong has done all game is farmed, and he is in a truly fantastic spot.
Heads up.
Keep your money up, not your funny up type shit, twin. Now, this dragon is kind of the next thing on all of our minds. What is the situation here? Because, I mean, once those bot lanes get level 6, Ashe Seraphine is kind of crazy. Akali on 6 is very strong. This team has not found a lot of success, but their gold lead is only like 400 gold. It's really not that much more than the single kill difference top lane, all things considered, across the map. Akali probably wants to look to back soon in order to be strong for this dragon play if they end up going for it. And there it is, because she has a lot of gold. But, I mean, it's still a little awkward as here. Thresh finds the hook, but he gets landed on by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. He flashes away. He's completely safe. But Maki Zenin has the lethal tempo. Proc to Monogatari's going to have to flash out. He still has the barrier. Gets hit by the second part of the bouncing blades and gets taken down. Maki Zenin is very low. Might not even be able to finish off this wave. He's going to leave. But that kills that potential dragon play that was getting looked at by Hairwiz and Zema. So, fantastic hook there by Toji. Man, I'm a white boy from Texas. I can't say this shit. I'm a white boy from Texas, man. I don't got it in me.
Turbo shock rockets.
By Toji. Ooh, Toji in a little bit of an awkward spot here. He's getting jumped on. Huge Seraphine ult. Hits all three. Wukong, though, is in, but they're caged up by the Jarvan. This is exactly what this team was trying to make happen earlier on. Jarvan with a double kill. Azaka gets one back, and Gojo is here. Down goes Ashe. That being said, Hairwiz in a little bit of an awkward situation because Gojo is so strong, but here comes Galio in order to be safe, forcing the flash out from Rumble. That's going to be really useful. But the next question is, what is going on over there in the Dragon? How low is it? Gojo is going to get kind of chunked out in the mid lane. Meanwhile, the Hidden Leaf, they're having to leave the Dragon alone. It ends up as just a 2-for-2. I think it was a great look with that Seraphine and Ashe, but, you know, it kind of equalized a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I love one of those kind of irrational things that I love in League of Legends is when champions use their ulti to shove waves. Just makes me feel good. Now, everybody thinks this dragon is too hard, so instead, 4 members of the Hidden Leaf are going to roll up to Rubs. Now, what this should mean right away is that SBM are going to head down to the Infernal Dragon and trade that, which I like. That's kind of the end of that sentence. It's going to take a while longer to do the dragon, so maybe if the play goes long... We do have the Sivir standing here. I don't know why she's standing here. Please shove this wave. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Let's keep our eyes on Wukong. What is Twin doing up there? He's just looking around for a camp to steal. And he's hungry. He's going to get the rafters. How delicious, man. Yeah. Now, one of the nice things I like about Jarvan, playing Jarvan, after I finish my Sundered Sky, I feel like I'm done. Like, I did it. That was my build. Like, I'm there. I could get all of my jungle camps stolen for the rest of the game, and I still, on some level, maybe I get my Black Cleaver afterwards or something, but I feel like, yeah, that was it. I'm good. Oh, huge hook lands here on a Monogatari, who fights back with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Vidstick has the ulti. Is he going to use it? It does, but it only is going to hit onto Thresh. Maki looking for some return damage. Big damage coming out of the Boomerang Blade. Huge hook lands onto Seraphine, and she's going to get taken out, but Maki is also low. Monogatari is going to get a double out of it. Good hook, but at the end of the day, it's still a 1-for-2. And Ashe is the one who's able to pick up all of this CS in the end down here in bot lane.
The sky and punch the stars.
Ooh, watch up here. Watch up here. Watch up here. Galio is looking to force with the W because Hairwiz is nearby. Gojo doesn't have flash, so he knows he's going to have to fight it out a little bit, but he's going to be put in the cage, and he is going to be put down like a sick dog. Kill goes over to Vic the Butcher, finally getting him on the board. I did not need to hear that warning noise anymore, so that was thank God.
Be free.
You just like smacking people. Yeah, and you play Rumble. Interesting. You dabble. So, first items are starting to come in. We see the Hollow Radiance from Galio. That makes this game a lot easier for him. The Thunder Sky for Jarvan. Akali's going to get her first item really soon and be level 11, which is pretty much when she is just an absolute beast and can run anywhere on the map that she wants. So this is going to be a big moment, especially for SBM. They, I mean, they've been fighting really good, but they kind of need to take that to the next level, and now is their window to do it. Yeah, Galio, just a little bit of an awkward situation, but he's got a Kali backing him up. Fuck the pink wards. And when talking about first items, when Sivir gets this Essence Reaver that she's backing for right now, this bitch is going to be W in every single wave and never worry about mana at all. So it is going to be a lot harder for Ashe Seraphine to try to exert their pressure in the lane. When Sivir can just use like all of her spells, all of her abilities. Interestingly, Sivir is going back bot. They're not looking to lane swap at all right now. But considering that the next objective is up in about a minute, a little more than a minute, this next dragon, it's not that surprising. I am interested to see how this next dragon plays out, because I think it's going to be a really big turning point for SBM. Because if they manage to get a big fight, find some big picks, turn it into that dragon, they're 2 dragons deep, and, you know, a little bit more gold, they should be able to kind of push the tempo they want onto Hidden Leaf Village. So I think this next dragon fight is going to be a really big deal. Oh, goodbye. Interesting flash. He definitely thought that she was going to ult him there. And it almost worked. Downside, though, your Smolder does not have flash for this next fight. You also have no Smolder to set up for it. Big hook lands, and Wukong's gonna go in. Charm only lands on the clone. Wrong one, Seraphine. But Jarvan gets out. We do have a TP coming in, though, from both of these top laners. Smolder's not going to find his way here yet, but Zema is walking. A big hook onto Seraphine, but where's the damage going to come from? Sivir is finding people on the side, but a big zoning play from Galio. Nobody, and I mean nobody, on SBM are found. Vic the Butcher's looking to extend the play. Maki Zenin is really, really low. Some Winds of War will take him out. But those are the type of pick plays we're looking for. Thresh is down, and that's going to turn into a dragon likely for SBM.
Wing blast!
Hyper Flame! When darkness
Yep. Now, Akaza's pissed. He's in there. Yeah, I would be too. Now, we do see, finally, some lane assignments rolling up. Ashe taking up that top wave. And Sivir taking the bot one, which, you know, feels good. You're up against the Galio. He has MR. But he is still Galio, so he really does not give a fuck. But I do think it's just interesting. You don't see it in every game that the mid laners stay mid for this long. I think it's fine considering the game state and the way it all worked out, but it's just not something you see all the time. Now, Gojo could be in a little bit of trouble, because if anybody ever looks top, it is very easy to just throw that Ashe arrow at him. Vic the Butcher doesn't get hit by the hook. A lot of pressure is getting put on this bot lane turret, and that means that SBM know, hey, this Herald, it's ours. Galio has to walk all the way back, and in exchange for the bot lane tier 1, SBM are going to get this Rift Herald. Ooh, so slick. So slick by Smolda. Yeah. Hell yeah. Love to see that. Oh, Monogatari's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Here comes the just absolute whirlwind that is Akaza. And Rumble picking up the kill. Not the nicest thing in the world. Monogatari did throw that Ash arrow down towards the clone. Unfortunate. Zema knows that he's a lot stronger than they think he is. Misses the E, but still has the R2. Is gonna find a lot of damage, and down goes Smutta.
All together now.
Heads up.
Yep, and love to see it. They're up on the top side. Rumble has matched the Galio once again down there on bot. And it's happened. It's happened. Bot laners are mid. Seraphine is super far up. I don't think she really knows what she's up to. Oh my god. The Great Escape. She finds her way out. But this could be dangerous, especially as a hook. Nope. Director Cam would have told me. It does. Director Cam does now.
Back off.
Maki Zenin with no spell shield. Yeah. Ash Arrow's still down, but if it was up, you know damn well that was coming out right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God, I love League of Legends. What? What? What?
Reclamation.
My god, that was just raw. And here in the mid lane, Toji, Flash Flay, forces out the Akali Flash. This could be a little awkward. She's going to get caught by the hook, and in comes more. Akaza is in deep, but Galio's TP, pardon me, his ulti, applied a lot of pressure. Maki Zenin barely has a 200 HP. Monogatari is going to fall. Vic the Butcher is going to get pretty low as well. Gojo Satoru is here on the back. 2 kills going to Toji's pocket. A little awkward, but it is what it is, as Gojo... he's just going to be sitting here with his flamethrower, hoping to make more happen. Zema went back in with the E and is going to fall because of it isn't. I lied! Zema lives! And Maki's in some trouble too. It's just going to take another auto from Hairways, and down goes Maki. What a crazy fight we just saw, Seth. I liked the engage and I liked the look from the Wukong, but the Galio play instantly to show up between them. Separate the fight. Make sure that that the Wukong was completely isolated. Great play from Vic the Butcher, even though he ended up falling to save that part of the play. Uh-oh. Man, they have like almost no damage. It took 8 seconds to kill Arthadius, but he was CC'd for like 6 of those. So he will go down, so will Monogatari. Both of those carries using their flash. Akali's going to get some free time on the bot lane. Awkward part here is Dragon is up. Toji, maybe he's going to look for this. Vic the Butcher already pulls out the W, but he's going to be fine. It's Galio. He's got Seraphine in his back pocket. But like I was saying, the awkward part here is going to be this Dragon fight, Seth. Yeah. Oh, this E from Zema. TP comes out from Smolder. Every team is throwing all of their resources at this Dragon and kind of just hoping that the other team fucks up enough for them to be able to actually make a play off of it. Herald's dropped mid. This is a classic play to force the enemy team into a no-win situation. But Leaf... Oh, does Galio have flash? He does. He's looking in with the W. He's going to land on Toji. Big Galio ult as well. He's got to knock up a few, but it gets canceled. Zema on the backline is trying to hurt Maki. But this fight, it's going wide. Zema's going to get burned down. Galio, he's going to die for this, but Vic the Butcher gets a huge amount of CC on the enemy team, and SBMM are using those large CCs we were talking about all through Champion Select, and it's turning into some one fights and a dragon for them. The great part about that play, though, the Rift Herald really did kind of force a response. Oh, low-key Smutta? I mean, if I'm Fidstick and Monogatari, I just have to leave, but Hairways is full. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Arthidus is trying just to get a kill in exchange. Alright, sure. Get some stacks. Why not?
Glory be! Heaven sent!
Feel the brain.
Yeah.
Explosive face melter.
Yep, absolutely. But we were talking about Smolder was going to be a big late game insurance policy. Honestly, it didn't feel that way, but he's kind of quietly 1-6. It's now Fidstick. Oh, but the bouncing with the Raptors. Fidstick is gonna live. And that was, I mean, that was really nothing burn. It was the Ignite. Fidstick had to use both Summoners. Arthadius under the tower, but it's not really going to matter. He's going to have to use the ult in order to heal because he knows that he's going to get one shot, and that's exactly what happens. Zema under the enemy turret, giving that Smolder his 7th kill. You know, on the top side. Rumble and the big dog Galio are battling it out. Jojo wants to kind of extend this. Ooh, Galio was a little worried about here on the bottom side of the fight. Hairways had to use his ultimate in that play, but it didn't turn into anything. And because we're all just kind of jerking off up here, down on the bottom side, man, Zema got a turret. Monogatari's going to get some plates mid, too. Yep, and that first, like, 3 minutes from Jarvan, awkward as hell, homeless as hell. He couldn't find anything. Aki's just gonna get out with the thing. Oh, is this gonna? Ooh. We're just throwing ults. What do we do? We're just throwing ults. We're just throwing them. You know what? It worked all the other games, man. You know, use our comp. It's called that for a reason. And Maki is chunked out from all of this poke. Okay, this turret is gonna die. Or not. XD. Smolder wants this turret. Does he know? Oh, he knows something's up. Oh, he's terrified. Look at that boy. Oh, no, and he's spotted. Put him in the box. Put him in the box. Or they don't even need it. They say they don't need it. This dragon's going to die the old-fashioned way. And now they might regret not putting him in the box. Should have put him in the box.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules. I just follow them, man. Rumble's keeping top to cover. He knows this is a bit of an awkward situation. They have no vision control around Baron, so low-key, they're also kind of maybe hedging their bets around that. What Leaf needs is they need mid-shove. They need mid-priority. That way they can finally get some vision in this area and clear it out the way that they need to. Luckily, they do have Sivir, so that's pretty easy. Unfortunately, the other team has Ashe Arrow, Seraphine ult, a very, very good, very fed Akali, and a Jarvan, so that Sivir is really never that safe.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
See how it plays out. That top tier one finally does go down. That's going to open up a lot of the map. Because once you destroy the mid turret and a side lane turret, that entire side of the jungle kind of becomes a lot more playable for you. And Baron is spawned, so you really want that top half to be pretty playable. Oh, Here it is. It's getting started. Do we know? I think we know. Here comes the TP from Smolder. Everybody's coming in. Vision is a little bit awkward. Who's going to be the first to step up? All right, now blue team knows exactly what is going on. Hidden Leaf know that they didn't act. They started it, but they're not still on it. And there's the blue ward to confirm it. They're just awkwardly dancing around mid. Smolder's going to go back, maybe clear this wave. This is an awkward situation. Yep. Smolder's going to take this mid. Dragon, pardon me, Baron has started to burn down, though. We know. Hook doesn't land. They don't have a lot of DPS on this comp, which is one of the awkward parts. It's all the CC. But it's hard to turn on them when they have Ashe, Arrow, Seraphine ult, and everything that we've talked about. Akali and Jarvan are in. There's the Galio follow-up, and it's going to look big. Watch Zema. He already gets one. He Zonias this for safety. Monogatari is untouched in the backline. He's going to be able just to keep pumping out damage. Akaza's looking for something. Smolder does get a big play, though, and it's turning out 1-for-1, but everybody's really low. Maki goes down, but there's still another AD until there isn't, and Smolder gets taken out as well, and it's just the Thresh for the Hidden Leaf Village, and he is going to get executed and taken down by Jarvan. Not enough members in order to finish off this Baron right now, but a Dragon Soul is going to look pretty good on SBM's resume. Yep, it was nice. That's going to be scary in 15 minutes when it does anything. Like, that was great. Great to see. Awesome. Smolder's finally starting to come online. And to be honest, for a 2-8 Smolder, or I think at the time he was 1-7. For 1-7 Smolder, he was putting in some damn work. But SBM are just playing these fights really well, and here's the thing, man. Ease of execution is real at every level in League of Legends, and if I'm looking at these two comps, it is a lot easier to run onto Hidden Leaf's team and just cause absolute mayhem. We've seen Vic the Butcher split every single one of these fights in ways that have been incredibly difficult for Hidden Leaf to play out, especially with the double ADC comp that they have. So I've been really liking the way SBM have been able to navigate these fights. Zema and Herwiz seem like they're on the exact same page. They know exactly what they need to do, exactly when they need to do it in order to make these fights difficult. And after that, it's just a matter of Vic, Monogatari, and Fidstick playing the fight normal, kind of front to back, you know. So I've been loving what I've been seeing, especially from that top three from SBM.
Diving onto this Akali, trying to take Zema out of the fight as hard as he can, and getting collapsed on and killed every time. Zema running away with, you know, just a sliver of health left. It's tragic to see, and especially with the way that Zema's been playing, really a threat in every single team fight and every single initiate.
When I get a last pick Akali on my team, this is what I want them to look like, man. This is what I want that to look like. We don't need to go into my solo queue trauma, but this is exactly what I want. I want somebody in the side lanes applying pressure. I want somebody when we're at a fight who's there and knows exactly when to jump in, who's killing the enemy mid laner under their own turret. Yes, 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 Zema. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Call me Mickey D's, bro.
Absolutely.
Call me Ronald the way I be loving it.
We're right back to this cycle. Just Hidden Leaf just trying to catch the waves, stem the bleeding. Because right now we're looking at a 3.5k gold lead. Turret down. Just trying to make something happen around the map. And with the way that their vision's playing out right now, they don't have much.
Yeah. A little awkward if I do say so myself.
Absolutely.
So, Baron is up. Leaf probably what they want to do, they might want to kind of try and just stall things out, look for an objective trade, because that's, I think, the only way they're actually going to be able to play one of these. On the other side, if you're SBMM, you're strong, and you're so much stronger than they are. You want to be getting mid-shove, you want to be taking control of this top area around Baron, and you want to be putting Hidden Leaf over your lap and spanking the shit out of them if they ever walk up and try to take this Baron. And that's exactly what's going on here. SBMM already started mid, and we already have Baron getting burned down. Rumble has TP, but he hasn't started it yet. He's going to be at this fight pretty late, as everybody sees everything here. In goes Jarvan. Classic Jarvan Galio combo. Nobody gets knocked up, but Smolder's going to go down, but it's a little bit awkward because Monogatari, he gets caught out. Smolder's still alive. He's going to live in the backline. He eventually gets taken out, but at what cost? Zenon is trying to save the fight on the other side. Pardon me, Zema, but Zema's getting chunked out. Both sides of this fight are getting a little hairy. Akaza's going to be taken down by Vic the Butcher, but a game that should not be this even looks a lot more coin flippy than it was just 5 minutes ago, Seth.
Especially with that money going to Gojo Satoru. I really do think that
He's
this
the honor
Rumble
one,
is
man.
going to be the make or break.
Yeah.
You know? He is piloting his champion as best as he can, and although these team fights haven't been going in their favor as much, you know, he's putting down the damage, making sure that these people are getting the chip that they deserve for fighting this team.
Yeah.
Sad to see that Zema dropped in that last fight, but, you know, if it was going to go to anybody, it better go to Gojo.
And Hairwiz? Hairwiz is still unkilled. And the
I
streak
did
continues.
see in that last fight, that Sundered Sky you were talking about, putting in work.
I love Sundered Sky. Now, Hairwiz does have ulti here. If he really wants to extend this play, it's possible, but Smolder's TPing bot in order to nip that right in the bud. That's exactly what happens. Now, the fight has been stalled. Here's a big part about both of these teams. If you are SBM, and you have control over, like, the Dragon or Baron area, how is Hidden Leaf ever supposed to walk into that? Because if you ever have somebody just a little out of position, and you are Hidden Leaf, you're going to be hit by an Enchanted Crystal Arrow, by Seraphine singing her shit at you, maybe Zema rolling up on you, Hairwiz putting you in the box. There's a lot of things that SBM can do in order to make this game a lot harder, as Zema is already going to get chunked out before this fight, already has to use the ult, lands the E onto Rumble. He goes a little bit too far in accidentally. That is a little awkward. Equalizer also getting used is going to put him in a bit of an awkward situation this fight. That's a really big team fight tool for Hidden Leaf. Enchanted Crystal Arrow already comes out. Thresh is going to be in trouble. He drops the box and everything, but it's not really going to work out. Jarvan uses his own ulti. Will Smolder have and Sivir, have the damage in this fight that they need? Vic the Butcher isn't able to get all the way back, and Arthadius' execute is going to be enough. Hairwiz is trying to make more happen, but no more Seraphine ult, no more Enchanted Crystal Arrow means that this entire area of the fight is going to be really awkward. Smolder damage. Zema misses the flash and the E. More people are alive, but a single Smolder Q, I'm pretty sure, will kill like 3 of them, so they have to be really careful. Smolder is going to recall. He doesn't have TP. These
GA
fights
from
are so
Jarvan
close,
getting
bro.
used in that fight.
Still no death. Still no death.
Still no death.
Ooh, Elder Dragon. Here's the thing, though. If you're going to get chunked out by Elder Dragon, Akaza might not have ulti yet for this fight. What ultis? Let's see real quick what ultis are up and what summoners are up. No summoners, no ultis over on the right. Over on the left, Sivir Flash, and that is about it for the people that are going to be able to participate in this fight. Zema, looking for the perfect execution, isn't going to find anything. Akaza goes in. Elder, though, is taken, and Elder is bigger than Smolder. Smolder's just a baby. Elder Dragon is going to be enough to make sure this fight goes exactly how they want. Maki, 1 auto should be enough with the Elder Dragon burn. We're going to see, and Maki gets killed with the final tick of the Elder Dragon's curse. And suddenly this game is looking pretty hard for Hidden Leaf Village again.
Yeah, we look like we've hit critical mass here. There is no more scaling to be had. It looks like SBM's just going to look to, you know, cut the nip and close this game out. Maybe take a little Baron, get that last little push potential that you need there, and just really close it out for it.
Yep. Rumble and Thresh, they might do the honorable thing and go die for it, but they're not going to be able to actually do anything. Do this Baron take.
Especially with Zema watching it like a hawk.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy that Thresh got out there, if I'm being honest.
Right?
With the blast cone. The blast cone.
Blast cone. But that is going to be Baron going over to SBM.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, bro.
My wings, your thanks.
Do a little, 1-3-1, 1-4 split. Have that Galio.
Yeah, we're gonna put Galio up in the
Galio.
top. We're gonna put Galio up in the top so that he can always be there for the mid fight. And everybody else, you are running out mid, and we are ending this goddamn game. Whoever we see, it is on sight. is getting an enchanted crystal arrow to the fucking dome. If anybody ever dares to walk up.
All of them. All of the impact ults ready to go.
All of them. There's nothing they can do. Hook is going to land mid, but once again, none of this means anything, man.
Saying impact ults as if they aren't all impact ults, huh?
Whoa.
Light divine.
Galio's going to get top turret off this too. Zema knows that he has the backup of this Galio, especially as it gets closer. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Monogatari's walking really far up, but who gives a fuck, man? What a play!
Two autos.
Monogatari gets caught out. Is that going to be enough? Smolder Burn is enough. Smolder's actually untouched in this fight. Zema is going to get knocked up, and Zema's going to be under the turrets, like going to be 1 HP coming out of this, and the Smolder's Q is going to guarantee the kill. Smolder can play this fight really long and really slow. He's actually perfectly fine. Rewiz doesn't have flash, so it's going to be really hard in order to get on top of him past the Thresh. So that's not going to be game.
Too soon. This Smolder has really come into himself here.
Oh.
We have to remember, this
still have Elder.
Smolder is one of their power players here.
My god. And that's not going to be the end of the game.
And take a little bird bath and right back to full stature.
Let's see what our friend Smolder is at. 360 stacks.
Yeah, and counting, especially with these waves pouring in here. It's just gonna, I mean, keep cranking Bonzo. The numbers keep rising.
What the fuck? What the fuck did you just say? Keep cranking Bonzo?
Don't mind it, man.
All right. Well, as Hidden Leaf continue to crank Bonzo. I mean, no objective's going to be
I
up
really
for
don't.
3 minutes.
I have no idea where this game is gonna go. I mean, I think that Smolder just sort of put the fear of God in SBM here. They're feeling a little bit more hesitant to commit as hard as they tried to there. You know, they still have those 2 surviving Baron members alive, 2 or 3, but they've realized here that gods can bleed. And they're going to have to play it a little bit more careful, a little bit more calculated before they can actually finish this game off.
Now let's see how the whole kind of situation is panning out. Zema's already getting chunked to mid lane just from the splash from Orthidius' Q. A little awkward. We'll see what if Toji can hit a cool hook, but honestly what this is really going to happen is we're just going to see who kind of gets poked down and who has the angle. Mid and top are always going to be shoving into Hidden Leaf because they're supers. That hook you can't really follow up on. Rumble with the very early equalizer. These last 2 equalizers have been a little awkward. Seraphine with the ulti. Galio's going to follow up. This could be the fight, but none of them reach the backline. None of them result in a kill. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is down. All ults. Seraphine dies. The only person with ult up left is Zema. Smolder has to respond to that top lane. Make sure that those waves are clear. But a big base defense.
Yeah, just seeing the fruits of the labor there. They are really just not able to push in and get that victory that they're so hoping for in this game. It's getting harder and harder as time goes on here for them to be able to cleanly cut this game off.
They know. They know he's in there. Oh. Never mind.
But yeah, it's just going to... I think SPM's in a tough spot. If they can't find a way to end this game in the next 5 minutes or so, or on some sort of objective fight, I think they might lose their edge here.
Well, because here's exactly, man. Here's like the big issue that we're seeing in these fights is Smutta and Sivir. The last few fights have been able to like actually get out their damage. That is the exact opposite of why you're picking like Ashe, Seraphine, Akali, right? You're trying to like whatever it is, CC, kill, whatever the fuck it is. Those people should not be allowed to exist. In any of these fights, but because they've been able to just frankly survive so long, none of it, these fights have been able to go the other way. SBM's teamfight ultis have not found the people that they have needed to, and have not resulted in the quick kills that they need them to.
And even despite some questionable ult placements from this Rumble here, fights are still going in their favor, so I think it just means that the scaling machine's online.
On. This Elder is already so low. Akaza might not be in position to steal it, but there he is. He's right in there. Who's going to get it? It's Akaza!
Oh.
And that's going to be huge! Elder on top of Smolder is going to cause absolute havoc! And it is! Fitstick is going to fall! Hairwiz is next on the menu. Vic the Butcher gets taken down. And the unkillable Jarvan. now that's gonna do it.
will not be let off the hook. This Smolder sticking one to him.
Man, huge steal by Akaza. We don't know how that fight is gonna go either way, but I don't think Hidden Leaf are still standing here telling us the tale if Akaza does not get that steal in the pit. Huge play by him. Galio was not able to apply the pressure that he wanted to off to the side. And, I mean, once again, Smolder untouched. Smolder chilling. Great play by Arthidius. Who would have known that just, like, 10, 13 minutes ago, this guy was, like, 1-7 and almost selling the game.
It's that forbidden Smolder sleeper
I
build.
love numbers. The number get big. And now that he has this RFC, it's going to be so easy for him to play these fights and be really oppressive.
Absolutely. I think Hidden Leaf have solidly put themselves into a position where they are competitive. They might be able to win this game.
And their inhibs have
They
come
play
back
their
up.
cards right. They are setting up for Baron here, it looks like.
We're just going to start it. Arthidius says, fuck my health bar, bro. Yeah, I'll take half of it. Why not, man?
Yeah.
Here we go. Ash and Akali are not here at all, by the way. And Akali is even walking down. Oh, it's because they called him on their bluff.
Yep.
I knew Arthidius was low. Rumble's sitting in there. Sitting in his base. Waiting for the TP. What TP wards do we have? He was just thinking about TP and normal. And it gets started back up. He might actually have to end up doing it. No vision on it. Rumble is TPing. They're looking at Ashe. Look at where she is in the middle lane. She's going to be in trouble right after this. There's the Baron. Now
Ashe better
Monogatari.
start running.
Oh, she's going to have to get a good recall off here. Maybe take the Blast Cone over the wall, but she doesn't know. She's going to do it right into a ward. She has to flash out. She's going to have to TP in. She's going to have the recall in the way. At this point, she just has to execute. But really, at this point, I don't know if it matters that much. You almost just want to die as fast as humanly possible.
Oh, and
she's
another
gonna end
one
up dying.
for Smolder.
Oh, no. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got a wave of super minions coming down to take on SBM's base. Not able to call the
SBM
wave
rushing
at all.
with these backs just to get back and cover what they can here.
No Ashe is a problem because that's like all of their DPS, right? We were talking about it early on.
Yep.
They kind of want to hit these big ultis, and they need to kill somebody with those big ultis. That being said, I mean, they can still find something.
They've
Smolder and
got a
Rumble
small
aren't here right
timer
now.
here.
They have a small timer here. Doesn't end up working out.
Now they have the whole force of
And
Hidden Leaf
Smolder,
here.
Smolder is just going to be so oppressive here, and the Sivir as well is just is pumping out a lot of damage that we're not even looking at because we like seeing the big number go up on the baby dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Galio knows he has to step up to make something happen. Huge Seraphine ult is not going to hit almost anybody. Big Wukong ult as well as canceling stuff out. GA gets popped. Arthidius is still alive. So is Maki Zenin, and Vic the Butcher goes in to try to save Zena, but the splash damage from Smolder might just have been too much. Vic the Butcher is going to go down in the end. You know what else is going down? Is the inhib for SBM. Unless Arthidius can't pump out enough damage onto it. He's been hitting the Nexus this whole time, and the game goes on!
Wow. I'm speechless right now.
Using this chance to fast forward. I'm using this chance to fast forward.
Thank God.
My gosh.
Terrible fumble right there in front of the Nexus. So close to victory.
So they could taste it. I could taste it, man. Maybe that was just my
I can taste it for you.
Mango Loco Monster Juice Red Bull.
You're tantalizing me right now.
I know. No. Well, here's the thing, man. Still Smolder Sivir. Full build.
Yep.
You know?
And it's looking like they're trying to just run it back for round 2.
Yeah. Monogatari. Chunk. Notice Monogatari,
there.
I mean, does have the Bloodthirster, though. So, a wave or two
Yeah,
later, and
getting
she'll
a
be fine.
sizable amount of health off of a Wukong clone, no less.
yeah, right.
It's...
Kali, she's gonna look for something on the side. This is kind of how they have to play the fight. She gets caught.
We've seen Zema do some big things on these, side to the rear plays here.
Yeah.
But it looks like Hidden Leaf sort of knows what's coming.
They also know Elder Dragon is spawning now. And because Elder Dragon is spawning, that's the real objective right now. Hairwiz and Zema are on this off angle, which is applying a lot of pressure to Hidden Leaf. Doesn't end up resulting in much, but here we go. Dragon has been started, Seth. Huge pick already, and down goes Zemma almost. 1 HP. Hairwiz gonna get in the GA. Zemma's not so lucky. Hairwiz, I believe this is going to be... Oh, the goodbye. Monogatari, though, is pumping out so much damage in this fight. Look at Monogatari. Not untouched, but is healing just enough, and is living just enough. Is going to end up getting attacked by Smolder, but puts out so much damage before he dies. There's no way we're about to see the same thing again. Somebody end this game. Vic the Butcher and Akaza are the only two left. He's going to find the knockup. He's going to find the taunt, and he's going to find a lot of damage. That's just how Galio is, but it's not like Wukong is a bitch or a slouch or nothing. I mean, he can probably get out of this. Just keep cloning, twin. Tinsel War is going to come through right here. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that'll help too. Seth, the game goes on.
Indeed it does. And now with no supers on the board for either team, it's going to make it a little bit harder for anybody to really get an edge here without just putting your fists in the ring and getting down and dirty, get some kills, get a good push going off of that, and really just trying to close things out. And it's looking like with this Elder Drake up, they're just going to have to go for it. One team or the other. Really force each other into a situation that's advantageous for what each team is trying to do here.
Galio shoved out top wave and said, I know what's really going on here. Let's get up to this fucking Elder Dragon and let's kill all 10 players so we all have to sit and watch the minions. I think is what these players really want. You know, I had something I was thinking about. This was the priority, but I was sitting there and I was like, oh, you know, if the game ends early and they're 2-0, maybe I can do something. This is already 2 game times in 1 game.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck the Elder Dragon, man. We got business to attend to.
Oh.
In goes Jarvan. He's going to find Arthidius. Isn't enough, though. Arthidius is going to sidestep all that Seraphine damage. Galio does come in, but Arthidius is going to be able just to pump out damage. Nobody's going to be able to get onto him. Hairwiz doesn't have the ulti anymore. Zemma's completely chunked out. Akaza's on the side, but Monogatari has not been in this fight at all ever. Monogatari's going to step up pretty far, and it's going to get landed on the hook! Oh. And that hook, Monogatari still had the flash, but it's pumping out so much damage! What is Monogatari able to do in this last fight? But he gets taken out at the last second, and up in the top of the fight, Fitstick dies. Zemma TP's on the flank, hoping to make something happen, but I think without an ulti, I don't know how much Akali's going to be able to actually do here.
Smolder keeping the pressure on that front line.
And Zemma is going to hope he can kill somebody. Has to flash out. Arthidius' burn is going to deal the rest of the work. And you know what, man?
Fingers crossed that this is the end of it.
A game goes 50 minutes and 30 seconds, and you damn well hope it's the Sivir and Smolder that end up taking it in the end. It was a great showing both ways, but this one, Seth, it was pretty damn close.
Yeah, both teams grabbing their ends of the rope and pulling it back and forth that whole time. Honestly, from the start, and even 10 minutes in, I could not have told you the game was going to go the way it did.
Yep, that game was wild. But as we head on into the next game and get everything set up, we will have to take a short break. We will be right back. Holy shit, holy fuck, I love League of Legends. It's Leche, Lauren, and Seth back at it again with you wonderful gamers. It's fearless, so we're probably going to see the same bans as last game. I'd be surprised if we didn't. But last game, if you weren't here for the last 50 minutes and 30 seconds, was a absolute back and forth brawl. Like 76 kills or something. And I'm a changed man. I went back home in the break and I talked to my kids and they asked me, Daddy, why did you leave? Why did you leave? And I said, I didn't know that it was going to take that long, kids. I really did just go to cast a game of League of Legends. But they're already in college now, Seth, and my life is forever changed.
You know, you missed all the important parts. So, more time to cast, I say.
More time to cast some League of Legends.
I think these are exact same bands. I'm not sure if that Leona was
The
in
Leona
that first round of bands.
The Leona was Yunara, and Yunara is the first pick for Hidden Leaf. So, here you go.
Taking a little switcheroo.
Now, if you're not going to be on the
Getting that pick
Yunara,
in.
if you're not going to be on the Yunara this time, oh wait, no, they just wanted to first pick it. Okay, sure. Which means they know they're okay with whatever trade comes at them. As the Xayah would be interesting, as a response, but as an avid Xayah lover, I don't think we see her enough. Actually, I just don't think she's that good. I think we see her enough, but I love her, and so I want more of her, and so I'm biased.
Hey, it's all right to have a little bias. Make for an interesting game. Hopefully, see some big plays from that R coming out from Xayah. Big feather pullbacks.
Love feather pullbacks. We'll see what they decide to pick up here, though. A lot of times you'll just pick jungle or support. I wish that this website showed like the picks from the previous games. I mean, is it? Am I just stupid?
Yeah. Which service?
Oh, there they are. Used champions per series. I'm blind. Don't worry about it.
All right.
So Small
Seeing
Brain
a
is saying you're
Skarner.
not. Yeah. The Skarner is interesting, especially that early. Zaheen in response, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll brawl with you. Is a jungle top flex. Normally we
I
do see it in
have
top
seen
lane,
some nasty Zehen jungles
but
recently. So
it's true. So, like in the flex coming out over here from Hidden Leaf. Yeah. That's that whole sentence, man. And the Ahri that got banned last game is going to get picked up this game. So, I like that. It's a good way if Skarner's trying to run you down. Charm is a very easy way to stop him. Also, she just pairs well with a lot of good junglers and is a safe blind mid laner. So, pretty classic character. But Xayah is
Also-
anti-dive, so Xayah will just kind of be able to survive at least pretty long against a champ like that. But at this point, you're kind of just thinking about your own comp, especially when they pick like Xayah Skarner. How are you supposed to prepare for that? No, just pick your OP champ.
yeah. I'm interested to see how Hidden Leaf is going to pull this team comp together. They're very, I mean, these first three picks, very, very selfish. Not a ton of team cohesion so far from what I can see here.
A little solo
But
QS.
hopefully we'll see a little bit. Yeah, that is the phrase. But hopefully we'll see a few more champions that'll sort of tie the whole idea together for us here.
Yep. Small Brain, starting off our second ban phase of the Lulu. Pretty classic Yunara Lulu, OP as fuck. Also, it would be very annoying if every time you went in a Skarner, you just got turned into a little squirrel instead of the big scorpion, rock scorpion that you are. By the way, we didn't get to talk about it a lot. Like the Victor pick. Some good late game like scaling assurance. After last game, you're probably gonna want that. So loving the old Victor pick. I'm also just a big fan of his. He's gonna be able to clear those waves into Ahri and not feel as threatened against her. And Hidden Leaf, they're gonna keep some of the last stuff they did before. Ban out Olaf. They believe that the Olaf top would just absolutely run them down like dogs. So they're going to take that out of the pool. And Small Brain continuing to pinch this support pool. They want to be able to, well, rest the support pool. So, taking away another option from Toji. Sorry, once again, white boy from Texas, man. I can't remember all these Japanese names. And Hidden Leaf banning out the Cassante as well. They don't want that easy blind weak side pick to be left open.
Mm-hmm. And I think Small Brain here is actually showing a bit of reverence to this support on Hidden Leaf's side here.
He landed some
That
awesome
Thresh,
hooks.
absolutely. Throwing him out there, catching some god particles with that hook. So showing a little bit of reverence to him, making sure that he's limited to maybe some champs that they can deal with, and especially with the Braum there, being able to limit some of the damage coming into their team.
I love a
Keeping it
good
simple.
Braum. I just think that champ is so strong, but obviously he's very situational. So I like him here. Anytime Zaheen walks into your team, you're going to be able to lock him down pretty easily. Honestly, Yunara too. I mean, yeah, she can start jumping. She can jump around once or twice when she's in the ulti. But, Braum being able to lay down that Glacial Fissure is going to make it harder for her and Zaheen to do anything. Not that surprising if they went Milio, but they decide not to. They want to go Karma, because the one weakness of Braum is that if he's not beating somebody up with his fists, he kind of gets shit on. And Karma is going to be slinging spells at him like no tomorrow and chunking this Xayah out, making it very awkward for them to play this lane. But the longer the game goes and the more kind of team situations there are, the better of a situation the Braum is in. Very good anti-dive, just like Xayah, to work against that Zaheen and Ahri. Last pick, though, you got to pick somebody. You got to show us the resolution of this flex, and it's going to be Zaheen jungle with Renekton in the top lane. That's why you banned out those top laners, is you knew what blind you were going to pick, and you didn't want them to be able to counter it super easily. So, I am seeing from Hidden Leaf a little bit of the opposite of what we saw before. Yeah, the Yunara does a lot scaling, but this time they're kind of looking to get in there, man, and get kind of physical.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving the Renekton pick from Hidden Leaf. Definitely blocking Vic on the side of SBM. He has a monster hidden pick on that Renekton.
Yeah.
Very high win rate. He can definitely pilot the champ at a high level. So being able to lock that down and sort of hold that away and play into their idea of going in for those deep dives. Perfect draft, I think.
Now,
so long as they're able to pilot him, I think it'll be a good pick for him.
The Mundo coming in at the end. Small Brain.
Push,
I
push,
love a good
push.
Mundo. Push, man. Love a good Mundo into low DPS. It's like my favorite pick in the world because you just press R and they cannot do shit to you. Hidden Leaf definitely have the damage to deal with him, but they don't really have the ability to super easily lock him down. So, as all Mundos do, he's going to be able to do as he pleases, Seth.
That is the truth. This is looking to pan out to be a very interesting matchup. I'm interested to see how Small Brain deals with what Hidden Leaf's shown that they're able to put out, especially towards the late game side, and pulling games back from the brink. Very interested to see what goes on.
Well, so am I. Too bad Riot Games has instituted a 3-minute spec delay into the lobbies. So, Seth and I go try and finish our ramen and Monster Energy drinks. You all just sit real tight for the next 3.5 minutes, and we'll be right back. I love League of Legends.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
You can say that again.
I love League of Legends.
Oh, I said it again.
Oh, Vic the Butcher does have the Mundo skin.
The
Corporate Mundo.
skin.
I cosplayed as Corporate Mundo in college. Every day, going to work. They forced me
I'd love to see pictures of that.
Yeah, I just put on a suit. So, that's what it is. Well,
With the jawline and everything.
no, man, I wish. No, I'm a chud. Alright, well, I love League of Legends. Let's see how this fucking game plays out. Emma's just beating the shit out of this. Never mind. Hideous Lance Q and Electrocute.
It's a constant brawl in these games. Come on.
I just straight up give up on it. It's just like, I think what we should do is 20 minutes into the game is when we actually start casting. We should go on mute for 20 minutes, and then we come in and we can talk about all the cool stuff that the teams are doing and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe then we can like get our thoughts in order. You know,
Oh, that's true.
Think about what we're gonna say. Get our opinions in line so we're not disagreeing on broadcast.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
You love disagreeing?
I do. I love disagreeing. So let's talk about the junglers, man. When you got nothing else to talk about, jungle pathing is the easy pickings. Both of them are full clearing towards opposite sides of the map. Zaheen go up, Skarner go down. Skarner maybe want to kill bot with Braum and Xayah root. Zaheen maybe want to kill top because Renekton damage and lockdown.
Yeah, I mean you summed it up
Yeah, that was
quite
it.
succinctly.
A
Yeah.
little caveman-esque too, but you know, I am kind of a caveman, so that's what it is.
No, I think Skarner going down in that bot lane, this semi-immobile bot lane, trying to keep this Yunara slow and low.
Yeah.
Make sure she's not hitting power spikes too early. Doesn't sound like that bad of an idea.
And Yunara's shoving in
honestly,
right now too, so Skarner could kind of roll up.
yeah, they're set up quite well for a nice gank bot lane.
Idsit kind of knows too, and he kind of wants to protect that, so he just ran up with his E in order to play this wave correctly for his Skarner. Yunara and Karma go, that was fucked. Why did he do that? And instantly ward the Tribush. So, unless Skarner is... Oh my god, here mid! Semi gets a big shield, drops down the gravity well.
God.
Neither of them have
Both
any
of
mana
them.
though, so they kind of just would have to auto each other to death. But Ari's flash is down, and that is big for Zema. Airways
Big
was
wave
not
pushing
seen.
out. Huh?
They ping, but they think that it's just the Braum. Can Skarner find anybody bot lane? Directed cam? Directed cam? Can somebody? I'll do
Ooh.
it myself. Wow!
Okay.
Yunarth under the walls, forcing out the Zenin, and no Feather Root! That is brutal. Blocking down Monogatari there was huge, because with no Feather Root onto Maki Zenin, that then meant... Oh. Let's now watch what happens top lane during the same play. Akaza comes up. Vic the Butcher already has lost his passive, and so they kill him.
Wow. And yeah, looking at that, I mean, top lane, really solid performance from Zehen there. Keeping the pressure on him, waiting for that flash, and then diving in afterwards with his own just to secure that kill for the Renekton top lane. Really textbook stuff. Really well played.
Yep, exactly
on that
right.
bottom play, though, it does just look like that Xayah was just too far away to get that feather pull.
Yeah, she got slowed and just kept away from everything. Now Fidstick is walking forward way too late. Flash from Karma. Monogatari is going to have to burn both of the sums in order to survive. Fidstick going to have to flash as well. That is absolutely brutal.
The last summoner left down in that bot lane is a heal on the Karma. That is probably going to be used to push some advantage down there while those cooldowns are still in effect.
Especially when they're already balling. Now Hairwiz is going to show up, but that's exactly what we talked about. Skarner is very hard to get a gank onto an Ahri, because even if she doesn't have her ult up with the 3 dashes, she just throws a little kissy heart at him, a little like Korean where you make a little heart with your fingers. And he goes,
honestly,
OMG, me? Me? To me?
Even if that charm didn't go through, Zehen was hovering. He was ready to capitalize on whatever dive they decided to throw at him.
Like he is right now. And Karma. They could be waiting for
we talked
Skarner.
about this last game, you know? When jungler's homeless, that bush is home.
Whoa. I'm going to call that bush from now on. I'm going to go topside homeless shelter? Topside shelter? Topside shelter?
Topside shelter.
Well, now the home is bot side. Heard there's a soup kitchen going on down here. Free summoners getting given out, so we're rolling up.
Regularly scheduled program. No flash on the Zehen, though, after that top play, so not too much pressure he can exert without getting way too close for comfort to this Xayah here.
Right, Skarner's like, oh, they must be leaving to go do something, and he's going to recall, meaning that this Hextech Dragon goes into the pockets of the Hidden Leaf Village.
And this is going to be the start of their little beginning win condition here. Getting that early lead so that they can press it into more kills on their dive timers and stuff like that later on into those mid-game team fights.
Yep. Love getting Dragon. And it was far out enough that Zaheen is probably still going to be able to make a play around Scrubbling, especially because he has a Renekton top, and his Ahri is level 6. He's going to want to hit 6 first, though, and get that God's Descent, what it's called, Super Descent. Idstick walking up pretty aggressively. He's feeling himself on this wave.
Absolutely, and Skarner getting some vision into Zahen's topside jungle. Trying to keep an eye on where this guy's at.
How close is the hand to 6?
As well as Victor throwing some vision into the bot side jungle. Really just trying to lock down, keep an eye, keep that lock on this Zehen. They are clearly worried about what he's going to be able to do on the map coming up here in the next few minutes.
Yep. Now here we go, Maki Zenin is going to be able to walk up. The Feather Call was just used. But that's the power of Braum, man. Auto her once, and now she's in trouble. Late Exhaust is going to have to be used. Maki Zenin, though, is tagged up with the concussive blows. Even though she's very strong, you have to auto and stun her, or else she's just going to walk you down like a dog. And that's exactly what happens. Monogatari gets taken down.
I think that Xayah got a bit mind-controlled by her support there.
Yeah.
You know, you hate to see your teammate in your lane really just getting taken to town by these two oppressive laners. You want to go in and help, but if you can't lay down that heavy CC to really secure your own life there, then you're really asking for trouble.
Yep,
Ooh,
absolutely.
Mundo being forced to use his ult top lane so he doesn't die to that Renekton.
And he's going to have to recall afterwards. And you know what that means? That means it's free grubs for Zehen.
And Zehen is on top of it. Karma there to support him there as well.
Arthidius missed every single ability. Now Zema is just going to slowly walk him down. If he has the ease, yep, there it is.
Oh.
Forcing out some of the Ari play. Q doesn't land, which means Zema's going to keep his move speed. He's going to be able to walk all the way back to his Skarner. That's on the other side of the map. Void Grubs is picked up, so it's really just wins across the board for the Hidden Leaf Village. Hairwiz is going to try something. He has ulti. That Q landed, maybe he tries to flash ult, but another great charm means that he is not able to do anything.
I'm glad to see here. I know we were talking about it a bit in the intermission, but
Hold on a second, Seth.
Zema
Monogatari is going to land the Feather Call and survive, but Maki Zenin used the ult to force out a lot right there. Now Fidstick, he knows he's going to be able to turn into something a little more. Concussive blows are almost fully stacked, and that means this Karma is going to be put into the mother flipping ground. Feather Call wasn't quite the right position, so the kill is going to go over to Hairwiz, but Monogatari is going to be able to chill for just a little longer in this bot lane.
Good plays. And yeah, like I was saying before, you know, glad to see that Zema can lay down the law on these control mages. We saw him being super oppressive with that Akali, but it might have seemed more like a matchup dependent thing, you know? Nice assassin AP mid playing into this squishy ADC with very low mobility. I mean, Smolder E's pretty strong, right? But he can still throw hands even on these slower paced control mages here.
I want to see what Hairwiz is up to now. Hairwiz completely dominated the game starting around now, last game. And yeah, Skarner is not Jarvan, you know, just off of basic maths. But I want to see what he's able to do. And it's already starting here in the middle lane. Arthidius is going to have to flash out of the Skarner Gravity Well combination. Going to land some return damage as he runs away, but watching the Ahri have to TP mid and then instantly use her flash, great play by Hairwiz.
Absolutely.
Strike like ram.
This Yunara just terrorizing this bot lane.
Maki is on one this game. Having the Karma in
Maybe
your pocket
some
helps.
residual hate, you know, from that last game, getting a little battered and bruised in that early game
Oh
lane.
my god, if I had to play against Ashe Seraphine next game, I'm like, we're locking fucking Draven
Yeah.
Nautilus. Like, we're not, like, we are brutalizing these two.
Lock in the cancer beam bot lane. We're going to give it to him.
Absolutely. What's going on top lane? Not showing me top
Ooh,
lane. I'm watching
it
these
looks-
two. Here we yeah.
Renekton
guess-
is laying on the heat up there.
He is. Mundo isn't even as safe as he looks, man. As soon as Renekton gets some Fury again, he'd be able to all in. He has Ignite and Eclipse.
Absolutely.
He
And
does
then
not
that...
heal that much level 1 arm.
No, not at all. I think it's 40% or something.
Or something. But you know what? All this dominance across the map just leads to more objectives. Real easy if you're a Kaza. Real easy to secure objectives when your team is just winning each lane like this. So, another dragon. And some early dragon stacking. To be honest with you, man, we did not see the first dragon get taken last game, I want to say, until like around this time, and we're already too deep.
Come close.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They are
big catch here by
definitely going to be
Arthidius.
able
He can extend this
to-
play with ulti after he gets out of the gravity well here if he really wants to. Forcing the ult out from Zema. He's going to be able just to jump right back in with the Orb of Deception, and there it is. Play from Arthidius in order to win that mid lane matchup. Shove in the wave and cause some damage.
Definitely. And stacking up that Dorn's ring. Or Dark
Seal.
Seal.
I like
Depending on
seals.
how this game goes, he might even be able to get the bigger and badder Magi's off of that.
Bigger and badder.
I definitely am surprised to see how well our top lane Gojo Satoru is doing into this Mundo.
Yeah, getting that's a Hen helped at a fantastic time. Renekton kind of runs every lane he plays into, but only having the one lockdown into a champ that stops one lockdown, a little annoying. That being
Yeah.
said, Renekton OP.
With the 3 Giants belts.
I remember back when Renekton was like, I mean, he had half a second more on his stuns. and he was
Yeah.
he was so much stronger. And I remember LS, people would blind pick Renekton, and LS would whine and bitch and moan the entire fucking game. That champ must have literally been God back then, and he just refused to admit it. Monkey flashes into the fucking ultimate from Skarner, gets ulted, gets knocked up. This guy is cooked, and Monogatari is gonna be the one who picks up the kill.
Oh my god. Really just playing too willy-nilly with this early lead that they have. Maybe not
I'm gonna be-
respecting that SBM can do stuff in this game.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. He had just not flashed into the Skarner ult. He flashed from
Probably
one side of the
would've been
Skarner ult to the other.
Yeah.
Kaza is in an awkward spot here, but Victor Butcher is not going to have his passive. But trade didn't quite go the way Gojo wanted. And Arthidius is back in. He's going to follow this up. Zemma has to pop the ulti. 1 for 1. Ari for Victor ult. And that much damage on him. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, and Arthidius here with that Malignance purchase plus the upgraded Ionian boots. Really just abusing that short ult cooldown to get as much poke as he can at any given time on this Victor here.
God, man. Renekton. Oops, is not balanced.
Right.
Shit was crazy to watch. Hopefully now. Oh, he went to Triple Giant Spell to go into the Warmogs. I like that. Feels good. Don't always need the Heartsteel first.
Yeah.
Ooh, Hair Whiz.
think
Gonna
that'll
catch her
definitely
again. Zenon is taking down Monogatari, gets fed the kill. That being said, up on the top side, Victor Butcher does have the ulti and the W healing. Ignite pops out. Victor Butcher isn't going to risk it, though. He doesn't give a fuck about that optimal bullshit, so he's just going to press R and walk his way out. Back on the bot side, though. Just a little sauce.
Just a little tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery. Wow, Victor Butcher does so much with that bullshit ability.
Yeah. Gojo's just not letting up the pressure, though. Getting as much as he can while he's here.
Yeah, he knows eventually this Mundo is not going to give a fuck.
Yep.
Mundo has Warmogs, too. So, like, and Renekton
point-
just saw that ticking and he went, oh, god damn it. So he's
Yep.
going to walk back
No
in.
point in leaving it.
Yeah. I got to keep bullying this guy. Yeah, he sees right there.
Especially
W.
with no TP in the top lane, too. You really gotta make sure you're backing on the right timers, or else you're really gonna screw yourself later on. And finally, Arthidius getting punished for these ult poke plays here. Unfortunately, the ult coming down from Victor, but it's looking like SBM...
Watch over here,
was
right down here, Seth. Causes a little bit of trouble, but it turns out it's just going to be Karma. Why did he not just walk her into the wall? He's going to have to use the Impale. She's going to die. What about this red buff? What's going on with this red buff? Akaza has to walk out. Akaza has the smite, but he's going to get Glacial Fissured. He has to flash away from the Braum. I hope the red buff was worth it, buddy.
Did he even get it?
Yeah, he smited it, I think. Am I insane?
I'm not sure.
Oh, Maki under the turret. Doesn't get tagged up at all by Braum. So, oh my god, you're right. He didn't even
He
get
did
it.
not. He got outsmited, I think.
He just flashed for fun.
Huh.
Well. Dragon!
So much for that early lead we were talking about, huh?
Kaza's gonna walk in.
SBM just bullying Leaf on fundamentals.
As long as Zahen doesn't die right away, he has a great time in these fights.
Ooh.
Mid stick does get pulled, but Akaza is pushing into the fight. He's gonna have a big ulti right here. Monogatari avoids it with the Feather Storm, pardon me. Akaza is getting low, but he's gonna have the GA effect. And in the end, it's Hair Whiz who's gonna pick up that. Arthidius survives barely. Ooh. Zemma just a little too greedy. Monogatari's just gonna walk out saying, "Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, guys. Yeah, no, it's really fine, guys."
Another one of these games where you're really not sure which way it's gonna go.
Top lane Vic just took the turret, like, in Renekton's face. Mundo, he's starting to go where he's starting to go where he pleases, man.
All that push business was no joke.
No. I'm gonna make the noise that Mundo makes. Are you ready?
All right.
How was that? Was that good?
Was that the W voice line?
No, that was just like sometimes when he walks around, he just goes. Was that good?
I don't know. I'll have to pull up the wiki, listen back.
Listen to the sounds.
Maybe it'll be uncanny how accurate it was.
I was actually just playing back the soundbite, seeing if you noticed.
Strike!
I
I
can't
have no
actually
idea.
make
I'm
noises
not a-
like that. It
I'm
took
not a
half of my
disgusting
vocal
top
cords back
player,
in
you know.
'96. All right, Char misses. Fiststick just walks away. He's gonna get pulled back, but it's fucking Braum, man. Nothing's gonna happen there. Come on. Akaza though, he wants to run this shit. He's feeling good, even though he lost the dragon in that last fight. I think they realized, oh, we like our strong characters, so they want to do more.
Yeah, realizing that maybe objective fighting is not their strong suit, and more that 5v5 brawl is what they're going for.
I think they just kind of into it a little bit. Honestly, them being maybe SBMM, Akaza got a lot of free time. And it was just they're
Looks
starting
like
this
they
up on spawn.
Waiting for Herald.
I've not seen a team put this much priority. That's 5 members on my screen. I have not seen a team put this much priority on Rift Herald since. Are you ready for this poll? Since
Yeah.
2019 Clutch Gaming. They did the same thing every game and took Rift Herald on spawn.
Dear God.
But they're Kiana Rumble comps. Real ones, no. It's no.
Well, let it be known that Leaf here did not let that go unpunished. Pushed out mid and bot hard.
Yeah. It's just now it's just kind of sad watching this. Like we know Mundo could miss every fucking cleaver. Oh, you ulted? Oh yeah? That's cool, man. Press R, Vic. Thank you, man.
Wow.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Motogatsu's in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't really have anywhere to walk. And so he's just going to die. Pale
Victor
misses.
from the side?
Is what it is.
Nothing. That healing, even through the ignite, it's always crazy to see.
Fuck that champ, unless I'm playing him.
Rom taking a page out of Mundo's book, just sort of going where he pleases.
Yeah. Now, I think lane assignments are something this game SBM have been struggling with a lot. I think it's not particularly strong in game 1 as well, but they kind of covered for it. So now, they're finally, fixing it. Putting Monogatari mid. Send Victor up wherever, and let Mundo take this outer turret. We know Mundo can do it in like 3 auto attacks. So, that's good. You have Ari and Yunara mid. Not sure why. Ari, I think, just realized, and she's like, oh shit. So now she's having to walk out to side. Maybe they were looking on Xayah.
I think it's already too late. That Mundo's pushing up hard towards that turret, and it's probably going to be
Andy's
gone.
got Herald. Look, Ari was looking on Xayah, so what was actually happening. She knows she doesn't have Feather Call yet. Xayah walked way too far up. It was a good find by Ari. Monogatari, but honestly the fault there is with Monogatari. He just shoved the wave and then kind of stuck around with nobody there to support him. That being said,
Unfortunately,
Mundo's back bot. And this shit's gonna crash
with
again.
the rift,
Much money, man. He's just gonna take use of this to get 2 stacks. That's exactly what he
Yeah.
does. Look at Akaza.
2 stacks, 3 plates, and walk it out. That is a large paycheck.
Ooh, look at this TP from Mundo. Nara's gonna be caught out of position. Here he goes. And she just walks
Ooh, but
down.
Renekton sees it.
He has ult for the move speed if he really wants it.
It's Renekton
Garner is looking for
matching.
Maki. Maki has to
Flash
flash out
gone.
and Ghost. That's both of them. Akaza, though, has a pretty big ulti here if he wants to use it, and he really wants to look for this fight. And he's going to go in. This is going to be pretty big. Braum is going to fall right away. Maki is untouched. Vic the Butcher very touched, but still alive. He's looking for maybe a little bit more in response. God, that Mundo's healing so much. He eventually will fall, but is it too little too late? And everyone else on SPM is going to go down. Zema flashed, but he's going to get stuck in the corner. Locked down by Toji, and Maki finishes him off. Huge, huge, huge team fight. A great look by Akaza, and Arthidius was there with the cleanup on almost every step.
And Leaf finally coming into themselves, finding these fights that they really want to look for with their comp here, and being able to execute it. I'm gonna care to wager here that they realize that that's what they want to do, even if they didn't know it from the beginning, and they're gonna be pushing for those even more coming up in these next few minutes here.
And thank God Hairwiz got that dragon earlier, because right now we're at 22 minutes, or 23 minutes. And Leaf also had Ocean Soul, and in 6 minutes they were going to be able to take Elder. This game might have been a wash. So that's one of the things I love when you have really scaling comps and you still manage to sneak or steal or just trade for a dragon. Because that Elder Dragon is going to spawn really, really quickly if dragon stacking goes the way they want. Like, imagine it's 27 minutes, 28 minutes, and an Elder is spawning. And one of the teams has 6k gold advantage. Like, it's over. But because Skarner was able to steal that dragon on in the fight, it made it a lot easier for him. Now Vic the Butcher, he's going to get pulled in by Akaza, knocked up, pulled in. Isn't going to really be enough, though, because we forget, it's fucking Mundo, man. CC immune, so he's going to heal up quite a bit. Gojo Satoru ulted. Vic doesn't have the ulti. He's not going to be able to heal up. He is going to go down. This fight might go longer. Fidstick is caught out of position as well. He walks back in for a second. Just a little bit of awkward pathing, I think, is forced to flash out. Zaya's picking up the midway, but Yunara has first move. This turret is not a safe place. Charm misses from Arthidius. Hairwiz grabs Arthidius, puts him into the wall, but he's on the wrong side of it. Zema's going to go down. Maki sees Fidstick like bait in the water. He's going to kill him as well. Hairwiz is going to go down, and if I might say, Seth, I'm pretty sure this one is going to be a 2-0 sweep.
And they are showing much more confidently than they were in that first game, you know? They are finding the picks that they need to, and even turning on plays that from the outside look pretty bad for them, and just turning them into a win for their own team. Getting a Baron off of here, even if they are losing some pressure in the mid lane, or not. This is a karma differential here.
I hate that.
But yeah, just being able to turn, I hate it too. But being able to turn that fight around in the top lane, even though they were the ones who initiated it, it getting pulled back and forth in either team's favor, and being able to come out the victors of that one, I think that just goes to show that they are sort of, budding flowers, coming into themselves, really finding out what they want to do in this game, and figuring out their win con as they're going.
And now, they are baroned up. And Seth, here's the way if you are ever behind. Quick Leche Lorne League of Legends 101. When you're in a position like this, there's really only one thing you can do, because they're going to beat you in every other way. You got to get control over one quadrant of your jungle, and you have to play around that quadrant and kind of hope that you can find something on them. Like here, with Hairwiz, who's going really deep. Sees Koji, misses the Impale again, and now the fight's going to be a little awkward. Renekton is coming in from behind. Vic the Butcher, not going to be able to out-heal this. Ults, it's a little late. He's going to still be able to be burned down because he did so late. Arthidius manages to get out. Fidstix goes down. Zahane goes deeper, and it's going to be another ace. SBM are routed. Baroned up mid-minions. I think, Seth, after a very, very long game one, we're going to see the end of the series right here.
Absolutely. I think that, like I was talking about earlier, Leaf really just came into themselves, and maybe even thinking about this Fearless draft, just a wider champ pool compared to SBM. I don't know if they're feeling too comfortable in these characters that they're maybe not super accustomed to playing all the time, especially not in the team comps that they're being forced to play into right now. But Leaf's going to end it off here.
That's true. They are going to end it off here. And honestly, banger game 2, Seth. I don't know, man. That was just a really fun series. Game 1 was hell, but game 2 was, it was just fantastic. Super back and forth. I love the Ahri play that came out. Yunara was just, a few times she got caught out, but after that ended, she was just dancing all over him with that ghost, with the move speed, with the jumps. And I love seeing as soon as he had an item, the confidence Zahane was able to play with around that first dragon fight. He flipped the game.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. That has been it for me, Leche and Seth. Of course, at Leche Lorne on Twitter. You have to follow at Leche Lorne on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching.